What is going on, guys? How is everybody? I hope you are all very well. And today we are going to be predicting the new 23-24 Championship League table starting in a week. For a lot of people, they probably don't find it very interesting, but I actually think it is the most competitive league in the world. In terms of money, of course not, but in terms of what's actually on the line, I think it's a massive league. We are going to get straight into it, of course. We're going to start in with Leicester. Now, Leicester City came crashing out the Premier League last season. Not too great at all. Very well deserved to go down. However, the business they have done, in my opinion, has actually been very good. I think they've done some really nice business. And I was one of the ones when they went down that thought they're going to lose a lot. I think they're going to struggle to come up with the signings like Harry Winks and things like that. They've got money in for Barnes and Maddison. Obviously, they lost Tielemans on a free to us, Villa. But that was happening anyway. So for me, I'm going to put Leicester at the moment for top of the league. I think it makes sense. I think, like I say, the business they've done has been unreal. So I do see them being a massive force. Obviously, Iheanacho, Daka and Vardy, as far as I'm aware, are still there as well. So they've got bags of goals in that squad. So it will be interesting to watch Leicester. Now we're going on to Leeds. Now Leeds had a tough start when they went after going down. You know, they were midway through a takeover, which has now gone through. But they've got a lot of players in that squad that they haven't offloaded, which can be a good thing, because they can come crashing back into the Premier League and absolutely lever the entire Championship with the likes of Rodrigo. Bamford's still there, who a lot of people obviously don't rate him. I think he's a decent striker. I don't like him, but he's decent. You know, you've got Gnonto, who is still there. You know, they've not actually lost much, but they have lost some. And for me, with that, it's a tough one, you see, because I think the goals are gonna get them into somewhere. But it's such a tight league. You know, you've got to look at the other teams though as well that are in and around there. I think I'm gonna put them to finish second. It's so tough because it's such an unpredictable league as well. There's going to be one team that you don't expect to be up there that's going to be up there, of course. I'm going to put them to finish third. I'm going to put Southampton second, I think. Yeah, I'm going to put Southampton second. You know, they've managed to keep hold of a lot of players. Ward-Prowse is still there. But I do think that the top three sides are going to be the three that went down last season. I mean, we all know that that's definitely not going to happen. But who do you put that's actually better than them right now? I don't know. In fact, you know what? I've just noticed a team. Southampton in fourth. Middlesbrough are going to finish second. Michael Carrick, they're playing unbelievable football last season. This is a side to watch out for. This is a side that could be the best in that league. Michael Carrick, brilliant manager, done really well last season. They've had good business this year. Middlesbrough are to finish second, in my opinion. So these are our top four. So we've got Leicester first, Borough second, Leeds third, Forest fourth. And I'm going to go with Coventry to get fifth. Coventry are a team that unfortunately missed out last season in the playoff final. Very unfortunate. There was a bit of... They weren't the better side on the day, in my opinion. I don't think they were. And they got what they deserved. They didn't deserve to win in the end. Which is a shame because they were unreal last season. And the year before that, they were great as well. So they're a side that I think, if they do well this year, I think it could be their year to actually make it up there. But they're going to also potentially miss out with the harshness of having Southampton maybe in the semi-final or potentially Leeds. I think it's going to be very harsh. Team to finish sixth, in my opinion, I'm going to go with... We're going to come back to sixth. Sunderland, I reckon they're going to... See, this is where it gets tough now, because Sunderland could be 6th, but I don't think they will be that good. I'm going to put Watford 6th, actually. Again, another side they're doing okay business, I think. I haven't heard much about them. They are just a side, though, I think they're not really going to stay down ages. Again, I don't think they'll win the playoffs. I really don't. But I do think they're a side that will actually, you know, get there, being and around it. So I'm going to put them as my team for 6th. Now, my team to finish 7th, it's probably... I'm going to go with... In fact, no, we will put Sunderland 7th. I think Sunderland and Watford and Coventry, those 3 teams could switch about. But yeah, I think Sunderland, again, another team that done really well last year. Just missed out on the playoff final. But yeah, another team that's done really well. Quality side. And if we're going to be honest, probably a sleeping giant in a sense that they should be in the Premier League. They've just had a rough few years, but they're on their way back slowly. Yeah, I don't think many people... Again, though they're a side that I think are going to get in the playoffs and miss out to a team like Leeds or Southampton. But out of the 3 sides that are there, that I think could challenge one of the top 4 sides, Sunderland with their fan base is one team that I think definitely would be able to, in my opinion. So now we come on to 8th, and I'm going to go with Millwall. Millwall are a side that, again, are playing good football the last couple of years. They're just missing out on things, though. I think they are going to miss out again this year. They haven't got that little final touch that these other teams have had for the last couple of years. But they are a team that have been in and around it the last couple of years. They're a team that could very easily squeeze into the playoffs. And again, probably another team with their fans, they can make a very toxic atmosphere. Probably could do a Leeds or a Southampton on the day. So yeah, Millwall for me will be finishing 8th. And for 9th in the league, I don't know what Baggy's business has been like. So I'm gonna put Norwich 9th. Again, we're getting into the situation now where I don't actually know what these clubs' businesses have been like. So I'm going off just mental knowledge from what I know, what I think about the team. Anyway, Norwich, they're always not a bogey team, a yo-yo club anyway, up and down, up and down. However, I think the amount of quality that is now in the Championship, I think they're going to struggle to come back up next year. You know, like I say, yo-yo clubs, but the quality, you know, you've got Leicester, Middlesbrough, Leeds, Southampton. 3 of those go up. You've still got another Coventry, Watford, Sunderland, Millwall. You know, if you really want to be honest, you could put Baggies in there. You could put Bristol aren't horrific, I don't suppose. Preston aren't terrible. You know, these teams. So I think it's going to be a very, very, very competitive season. Potentially probably the most competitive championship we've ever seen for top 12, in my opinion. So that's the team for 9th. The team that's going to finish 10th, I'm going to put Baggies up there. You know, I've been and ahhing about them for the last couple of positions, so it would only make sense to actually go with West Brom up there. Again, another side that have quality, but they are a yo-yo club. They're never going to be stable in the Premier League for a while, I don't think. It's going to be interesting to see how they do this year. So that is why I'm putting them 10th, but we will see. 11th. I'm sure Blackburn wrote... no, I'm not convinced by Blackburn, actually. They've lost 2 massive players, you know, Bradley Dack and Brereton Diaz. I don't know how they've replaced them. I'm actually not too sure. So I'm going to leave them for a moment. I think we're going to go with the team to finish 11th. Honestly, I'm going to go with... In fact, no, let's go with Stoke. I think just seeing that they've come in and brought Wesley in for a year. I think he's a player that if you could get fit, could probably be massive in that championship. He's got to get his physicality. He's got to be there, though, because it is a very physical league. You know, there's always a lot of tackles flying in. The centre-half's 6 foot something, you know. They're massive players in that league. So as long as his physicality can get up there and you can get him fit, though, I think you're going to have a player there. He was showing signs at Villa before that Ben Mee tackle. And it was unfortunate, I think, in the end that he got the injury that he did. So yeah, for me, I'm going to put them 11th. And I'm going to put aside like Preston 12th. Again, I don't know what business they've done. I just know that they are pretty much an average team for that league. You know, I rarely know any of the business these clubs have actually done. Which isn't great when you're doing a table prediction on them. But we shall see. And we will come back. We can almost call it. I'm predicting it blindly. You know, I'm just trying to see if I could get it up here now, but I can't really. Yeah, calling it a blind prediction then, really. So they're my team for, what is it, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Team to finish 13th, I'm going to go Blackburn. They're never, Blackburn Rovers, in my opinion, aren't a team that is this bad. I just think you've lost 2 of your best players. I don't know how you've replaced them either. And it's always hard to replace players like Brereton Diaz and Bradley Dack, who I think are unreal players in their own right. So we shall see. Finish 14th. I'm going to go with... Yeah, we'll go Swansea 14th. Again, a team I don't know what business you've done. It's another blind one, but again, a team as well that isn't actually a 14th position team in the Championship. They are better than that. When you look at the teams that I put above them, Preston and Stoke, maybe they could finish above, but even still, they're probably better than that. So that's 14th. 15th, we're going to go Bristol. Again, probably another team that are about average mid-table. But the amount of quality in this league, you know, and now we're getting into the teams where potentially there's no quality. Well, it's not that there's no quality, the quality's just not good enough. So I'm going to put Bristol 15th. I'm going to put Cardiff 16th. They struggled last year, I know that. But I don't think they'll do as bad this year. But again, I don't know what sort of business they've been up to. Blues, I'm going to be putting 17th, and that hurts because I just want them to go down, obviously. But 17th, I think there's sort of that new takeover going on with them, but they've lost players like Chong, but they've also replaced players. I think they've been fairly active in the window. I don't think the players are brought in are quality enough to take them to a next level. But with Blues, it's either go down and rebuild, or it's going to have to be a gradual rebuild for the next few years, I think, if we're going to be honest. They are miles off where their fans want them to be, and where their fans want them to be, that will take years to get to, especially when you think, you know, you've been so unsuccessful anyway that you can't actually spend enough because of financial fair play, and the EFL seem to hate Blues anyway, and they give them some severe punishments. But yeah, for me, Blues 17th. And I'm going to go with Sheffield Wednesday 18th. Now, I think Wednesday, you know, come up. There's always going to be that one team surely that survive in the Prem. And Wednesday, I think, will be that team. They're a club that should be there. You know, they're a good side. It will be very interesting to see how they do. Again, none of these teams I've actually seen that business they've done. Hull City 19th. No, actually, we're going to go Huddersfield 19th. Again, another side that are good. They're better than that. But again, I don't know what business they've done. I don't know how active they've been as a side. So we will just have to wait and see. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. As a blind prediction, it's not looking terrible to you guys. Next up, I'm going to put Hull City 20th. Again, don't know what they've done, but they're always in and around it lately, aren't they? Another side that could be better than that. They could be mid-table, but depends on how active they've been in the window. I'm not too sure. So that was 20th. 21st. Now we've got a problem. 21st, we've got 4 teams that aren't that great at all, in my opinion. But I'm going to go with QPR. Again, another team. And there's a lot of teams that should be mid-table in Championship. The quality between... I'd say, so you've got your top 12 up here, maybe 1 or 2 teams below that should be there or better, but because the standard's so big there that you can't, and then you've got your bottom 12 where the standard's not really isn't that great, but there's maybe one or two teams that can be there. But you just never know. And then we come into our bottom three. Now, I'm going to do the bottom three off the bat. I'm going to go Ipswich 21st, Rotherham 22nd, and unfortunately Plymouth, you guys are finishing last. Again, I don't know what business these guys have done, so it's completely blind, especially that bottom three. I don't know if Plymouth have been extremely active in the window and gone in and brought championship level quality players, you know, and absolutely smashed the market, or if they just, you know, maybe strengthened one or two. I'm not sure. But that, guys, is my blind 23-24 EFL Championship prediction. If you enjoyed, please drop a like, subscribe, try and hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if we do so, it's a £100 Amazon gift card giveaway. So make sure you subscribe, notifications switched on to be in with a chance of winning it. And if you guys disagree or agree or have any little changes that you would make, please be sure to let me know down in the comments, because this is completely blind from me. And I'll see you all in a bit.